think you've got to view the whole game as obviously in terms of what happened. I think that there's two key decisions in the game that have a massive impact in the game. The first one's the penalty, and then obviously the second one's the sending off. So I think for that point of view, we are obviously disappointed, frustrated. I thought both of them were extremely soft, even having seen them back. What I do think is, though, and I think this is probably a bigger frustration, is the fact that even up to 78 minutes when we had 10 men, we scored a goal with 10 men. I thought our performance from 52 minutes to 78 minutes was really good. And I didn't feel under that much pressure watching the game. You know, I didn't feel as if we were getting peppered and they were on top of us. And then obviously we conceded the goal. And then I think from conceding the goal, we seem to stem it as well to the next sort of 10 minutes. The next goal's in the 89th minute. So I think the biggest disappointment is how we lost the manner of the goals, particularly the sort of third and fourth goal. Because they were largely of our own making rather than the opposition really having to work hard to break us down. So that's certainly the bit that we can control. I don't like trying to put the burden of blame purely onto the referee, because there's still a lot that we can do within the game to help ourselves. You know, and I think that, yeah, you look at those decisions and they were sort of certainly detrimental to us in the game, but I still think there's more than enough in that game for us to get a result out of it.
The cliche that refereeing decisions will equal themselves out over the course of the season. How do you assess those that have gone for and against you so far?
That's a myth, that statement. I don't know where that statement came from. Somebody, I think a referee made that up. But no, I generally don't believe that they do even themselves out over the season. I do believe, but that people make mistakes. I think that happens. I make mistakes, players make mistakes, referees make mistakes. I think what you're hoping for is the fact that they're not continuously against you. You know, and I think that's a frustration. So yeah, we've had a fair share that we should have had penalties across the season we haven't got. I think that both decisions going against us I thought was extremely frustrating. Particularly the fact if you look at, I think the decision with Kieran Clark in the second half, which I thought was a penalty. I think the biggest difference is the fact that their lad goes down and theirs doesn't. But it doesn't stop it if you're being a foul. So yeah, I'm not a big believer in it even itself out. And the simple fact is, in Championship football in particular, you don't want to have to wait further down the line to get those results. I mean, you need those results and you need them now. So, yeah, I'd like it to even itself out in the next game.
In terms of Plymouth, what have you made to their start to life back in the Championship?
I think they're really well coached. I think the coach Schumacher, I think he's very good. I think they know what they're doing. I think that they're attacking the Championship as a newly promoted team, and they've got that freshness, and I think they've recruited well. I think their home sort of patch is where they're strongest in the results, which is their start. So I think we're in for a tough game. And I think they're playing with a bit of swagger and a bit of freedom that comes with being a newly promoted team. So yeah, we know it's going to be a really tough game.
Junho started the last couple of games. How would you assess his start here at the club? Very
good. You know, I think to come from South Korea, being so young, don't really know the language, learn the language as he goes. A lot of the foreign lads that we've spoke to, that either have came or haven't came, that we've spoke to, a lot of them have been reluctant to come to the Championship because of the physical nature of it, and also how many games you play and how relentless it is. So a lot of them don't see it as a good step for their career. Whereas he's a young kid, come from South Korea, he had a lot of big teams that were after him, and yeah, it certainly didn't faze him, so he embraced it, which I think he deserves a lot of respect for that.
Mmaee scored obviously in the game on Tuesday. That makes it 5 goal involvements in 11 games, and he's not started in all of those games. How do you assess how he's started to life in the Championship?
I think when Ryan's played, he's been excellent. You know, I think our difficulty is try to keep Ryan fit and try to keep him available. I'm very hopeful now that we've seen the sort of back end of the injuries that he's had. Obviously, we've got a lot of games coming up and we need to try and manage his minutes. You know, the last thing I wanted to do really was take him off the other night because obviously he'd had such a good impact, but he was tiring, you know, and he's been out for a long spell. He's not had a lot of training sessions as well to get himself back to where we think he can get him, but he has a big impact in the team when he plays.
When you're looking for a win, what sort of traits and behaviours do you look for from your players and staff?
We're not looking for anything spectacular in terms of, we need to do the basics well. I mean, now the basics mean defend properly, means if you need to turn the ball, turn the ball. If you need to go and win that header or get yourself down the line of the ball, somebody's going to shoot, you need to do it well enough. I feel they're the moments just now in the last 2 games that have sort of let us down. And And that's why I don't like just pointing the finger at some of the decisions made in the game, because I still believe there's things in the game that we can do better that can impact the sort of flow of the game and what the outcome's going to be. So, yeah, I thought we passed the ball well the other night. I thought we mixed our game up better than what we did against Blackburn. I thought we turned the ball better. I thought we played in behind them more. I thought we looked more threatening. We created better chances. So I think the next bit is to make sure that we don't make any silly errors at the back. And I think if we can combine those two facets of the game, then yeah, I'm really optimistic going down to Plymouth that we can get a result.